So, yeah, I was just plugging in my devices before it dies. And so, coming live every day. I wanted to come live because it is what you call a. Let me just fix my hair real quick. Yeah, had some bonnet on my head earlier. So, trying to keeping my hair healthy. You know how it goes. And so, what I want to speak on is something very powerful, and that's the seventh. It's 7th of July, right? And so I'm big on spirituality, and it's something called the 7-7 energy portal. They say about the 7-7 energy portal is something about manifesting your dreams, manifestation. Um, but what came up for me was awakening to your leadership. And so I'm just gonna read you something in terms of what the energy portal refers to, and then I'm just gonna build upon that. Okay. So let me see for a second. How can I sort this out properly so I can see you better? Okay. Alright, can you see me good? Alright, good, good. So let's see if you can see me better. Okay, so the 7-7 energy portal refers to a significant astrological event that occurs on July 7th, wherein the powerful alignment of cosmic energies that can greatly impact our spiritual and energetic growth. So this portal is believed to provide opportunity for personal transformation, manifestation, spiritual awakening. Just what I was feeling. But more so, it's funny because today I did a post about energy. Did a post about energy, and so it's like, oh, I mean, it just happened to work out that way, you know. And so one thing we get to understand is that, yeah, this is a nice time to get in alignment, a nice time to um, be aware of our spiritual and energetic growth. Hi Larato, how you doing? Yeah, so so as you know, it's 7th of July, 7-7 energy, and what you really get to focus on is, in my opinion, self leadership, right? So the 7-7 energy is opportunity not only for spiritual and energetic growth, but it's an opportunity to awaken to your leadership. So what type of leader do you want to be in your life, and what type of personal and professional growth is gonna develop that sense of purpose, resilience, and empowerment within you. Because you get to allow yourself to set and achieve meaningful goals and overcome those obstacles and actually navigating life with clarity, but also with greater authenticity and confidence, right? And so I'm gonna get up a post that I posted on Instagram, and I'm gonna read it to you, because it's so funny how it's in alignment with with this live I'm doing right now, or even with the 7-7 portal. So it's quite funny. Instagram. Let me see Instagram. Okay, where's my Instagram? Oh, there it is. All right, so yeah, literally. so am I? Let me go to it. Yeah, so in my post, I put a quote by Ptah. So Ptah, one of the gods of the underworld. If you don't know about Kemetic science or whatever, but he's a so Ptah. He had a quote. It said, "Feeling is energy. That is all it is. That is all everything is. Energy. So it sounds like a simple quote, but it kind of is profound. And so my message was on Instagram was, okay, use use today to reflect on how you get to manage your feelings and energy and lead yourself powerfully each day, each week, and beyond. And remember, prioritize reflection time helps ground the habits that will serve you best and allow you to discard the rest. So basically, I was basically alluding to the tangible aspects of leadership, which is strategy, communication, and accountability. Yeah, that's all good. But there's elements which are fundamental, which is energy, like your feelings, your environment, and how we create the expressions of energy that's going to transform how we lead our life and lead ourselves. Right? And so energy influences everything. That's why it is everything. Because if it influences us, it influences every moment, or every day, or every year, every week, right? And inter- our interactions, our decisions, our choices, it can either be positive or negative. It can either enhance our productivity and inspire innovation, or it can decrease our productivity and inspire depression. It can inspire poor health. It could really do the opposite. And so, what we get to do, and every time there's a energy alignment taking place, it's a time to reflect. So that's why I say prioritize reflection. You get to reflect on what you're actually doing right now. You get to reflect on it. And so I want to ask you a question. And the question is, how do you manage the energy that you bring into your personal and professional spaces? How do you manage the energy you bring into your personal and professional spaces? And this can apply to you wherever you are, whether you're in Spain, whether you're in South Africa, whether you're in Germany, whether you're in America, the UK. Because guess what? Everyone has these energy influences that operate around us, operate within our life. So it applies to you. And if you're not aware of it applying to you, then you're literally going about your day on autopilot. And so why would you want to go about your day on autopilot? Because don't you want to live a purposeful life? Don't you want to live an authentic life where you're confident about who you are and confident about the direction you're going? And you're clear about what you want, you're clear about where you're going. Isn't that something that you want out from your life? You get to ask yourself that. And so also when answering the question of how you manage your energy in the personal and professional work spaces, you get to ask yourself, have you noticed how it affects the people around you in terms of how they interact with and make decisions with you and around you? And has it impacted your performance? Has it impacted their performance in the way that you carry your energy? Do you have energy draining relationships, or do you have energy generating relationships? Do you have energy draining relationships or energy generating relationships? And that's key. That is very key to ask yourself, because we all know we all know that energy draining relationships, it's not the one. It's not the one. And so we want to be in harmony with what we want. And so it's funny actually, because it was 7/7, and I'm actually born 7:07 a.m. So that's, I mean, so kind of can definitely a day that definitely a time, a date that connects with me a lot. Oh, hello, hello. Five head. What was that? Liam. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, 77 is a really energy signature that connects with me, and like comment below as well. Is are you someone who wants to like lead your life where you're in control of it? Are you someone who wants to lead your life in where you're in control of it? And if that's the case, are you being mindful of the energy that you're projecting? So, oh, I'm from the UK. I'm from London. Where are you from? Let me know. Yeah, let me know. Let me know where you're tuning in from. So I'm currently tuning in from London, UK. So yeah, so you wanna transform your leadership based on your mindfulness, your awareness of the situation at hand. And so I want to kind of brush up on a few points as well. And so I keep you know oh, Iran. Oh, nice. You're Iranian. Irani. Okay, great. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. And so what I wanna really cover is awakening to your leadership. And so yeah, I'm great. I'm great. How about yourself? So awakening to your leadership. But again, people are like, oh, what is that? What does leadership mean to myself? What is self leadership? And so self leadership is the ability to take charge of your own life, make conscious choices, and guide yourself towards your goals and desires. Self leadership is the ability to take charge of your life, make conscious choices, and guide yourself towards your dreams and goals. So if you're engaging in any of those activities, you're embracing self leadership. If you're actually making conscious choices rather than going with the circumstance, like, oh, my hands are tied, I can't, there's nothing I can do. But there really is something you can do, because you're making a conscious choice that you're gonna make this happen. You're making a conscious choice that this circumstance is not gonna dictate what my goals and desires. You know, you have to with self leadership, it involves you being aware of your strengths, of your values, of your weaknesses, and then taking responsibility and accountability for those choices and actions, following on from that. All right. So let me know if there's any self leaders in the building, or aspiring self leaders in the building, because again, as I said, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what your circumstances are. There is a leader in you that's ready to awaken. But you have to be aware of what your strengths and weaknesses are and what you value, in order for that to actually like be tangible in your life. And so I'm gonna give the five area aspects of self that you get to cultivate. And so the first one is self awareness. The second one, self motivation. The third one is self discipline. The fourth one is self confidence, and the fifth one is self reflection and growth. Okay, and so I'm gonna cover. So I got some notes here that I'm gonna share with you. And so when it comes to self awareness, it's about understanding your emotions, motivations, and thought patterns, because it's essential for effective self leadership. So by being aware of your strengths and limitations, as I mentioned, you can actually make informed decisions and leverage your resources effectively. So when I say leverage your resources effectively, what do I mean? I mean, ask yourself, when you're in your current circumstances, what is around you, or who do you know that can help you move forward in the direction you want to move, and can actually help you leverage your intention, leverage the actions that you're taking. Like, who do you know has a book on this subject on whatever you're studying, or who do you know that can connect you to this opportunity or that opportunity? You know, self awareness. You only enact self awareness by actually acting on self awareness, like making an informed decision. Like, okay, this is the information I need, so the decision I'm gonna be making based on this information that I need or I get to have is to ask this person, to ask that person. But first, ask yourself. You have to ask yourself what you want. Ask yourself what resources you got before you go asking anyone else. Okay, so number two, self motivation. It's a bit self explanatory, but cultivating self motivation helps you stay focused and committed to your goals, even in the face of challenges. So over time, for me, I built up a lot of self motivation, where it's like I don't need no one to tell me what I need to be doing. I'm already in the process of doing it because it's already on my mind. My intentions are clear, my vision is clear. So hiccups, and I'm disciplined in terms of what I'm clear about and what I want to achieve. Okay, so self motivation, pretty self explanatory. Like Richie, taking consistent action on what you want to achieve, but doing it because you're clear on your intentions. Doing it because it's like built, it's coded in you, it's built in within you. It's like, oh yeah, I'm ready for this. Okay, but then what comes coupled with that is self discipline. And so the self discipline, developing self discipline allows you to create healthy habits and routines that support your personal growth. So it involves time management, setting boundaries, staying accountable to your goals, and that's really the staying accountable. No, it's just not just to your goals, to yourself. Staying accountable to your values, staying accountable to your strengths, staying accountable to your weaknesses. That's a decisive factor right there. Can you stay accountable to yourself? Can you stay accountable to your authenticity? Can you stay accountable to only having energy generating relationships? Can you stay accountable to making conscious choices? Can you stay accountable to taking charge of your life? Now that's something you get to reflect on. And so of course, the next one will be self-confidence. So put in the chat, has confidence ever been an issue that you've had to deal with? I know for me it has been, and so for many people it has been. And but it's actually crucial for your personal growth and your professional growth, because it requires you to not only, before you know yourself, you get to believe in yourself. So like believing in yourself and your abilities, because when you do that, you actually are acknowledging yourself. And so you're acknowledging your achievements, you're acknowledging that you have capabilities, you're acknowledging that when I fail, I actually win, because embracing failure is a learning opportunity, and it's opportunity for growth and personal development. So what you get to do with self-confidence is be self-compassionate. So be in relationship with yourself, like give yourself grace, like really understand who you are so you can actually be confident, because I fell because I fell because there was a weakness, or I I pushed through because of this strength. So you're confident in what you can achieve because you're acknowledging it. Like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as they say. Like, you have strengths, you have weaknesses. Acknowledge the strengths and the weaknesses, because they both can serve you, because they both can be developed. So the strengths can be used while you're developing the weaknesses to strengthen the weaknesses, and your values should always be intact, right? And so number 5 would be self reflection and growth, which it kind of covers everything. because regular self-reflection and growth allows you to review your progress, learn from your experiences, adjust your strategies along the way, and it really involves seeking feedback and being open to ideas and continuously learning and evolving. So always make room for improvement when you're awakening to your leadership, because the leader you are now or today may not be the leader you are tomorrow. You're gonna be greater tomorrow. You're gonna be and you're gonna be greater in the next week, in the next 3 weeks, if you adhere to the aspects of self leadership, which are literally self reflection and growth, self confidence, self awareness, self motivation, self discipline. When all of these things are intact, like when all of these are practiced on a daily basis, you can actually take control of your life. You can actually tap into, I'm gonna call it that 7-7 energy, where it's like you're really in a state of transformation. You're really in a state of awakening. You're really in a state of like focused manifestation. You're really in a state of prioritized reflection. And so you're in a state of, you're not in just a state, you're in a path of becoming the best version of yourself, because you now have that deeper sense of fulfillment. And then you have this deeper sense of how to navigate the challenges in your life with resilience and authenticity. Like when you practice self leadership, taking control of your life it becomes easier, because when you know yourself, you can grow yourself, and when you grow yourself, life becomes more expansive. So are you going to be mindful of the energy that you project to grow beyond your current circumstances? All right, so that's the question you get to ask yourself. All right, so I'm gonna leave you with that 7-7 energy. Check out I encourage you, look more into what the 7 and 7 energy might mean to you, you know, because again, it governs your feelings and how you express yourself in your environment. So you get to understand what energy influences you, and you get to understand how your energy influences others, because you want to live a life of total freedom. You want to live a life of alignment. So you have to know something. You have to know these certain things about yourself and your energy. You have to. You really get to know what is your core value. You get to know what are your strengths. You get to know what makes you thrive, what makes you feel alive, what makes you energized. Like, you gotta understand the issues in life that you have compassion for, the issues in life that you stand for, because that will just build you into a greater version of yourself. Okay? So as you move forward in the next day, in the next week, in the next month, wherever it may be, in the next moment, take this into account and really ingest it. Okay? Watch this video again if you need to. Take notes. And this is Divine Edwards, aka Divine Connector, connecting you to the knowledge that will empower yourself. Stay empowered, and just remember, the connection continues. Take care. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next live. Take care.